All right. What's up, everybody? My people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, or Staten Island, my homeboro Brooklyn. Back at the end of the video. Very unfortunate video. Sports legends this year are just dropping like flies. Not trying to be funny, but as you can see by the headline, baseball legend and icon, and arguably the greatest baseball player to ever live, the Say Hey Kid, Mr. Willie Mays, died yesterday at the age of 93. This year so far, O.J. Simpson, Bill Walton, Jerry West, now the great Willie Mays, once again, who's perhaps arguably the greatest baseball player to ever live. That's saying a lot. Willie Mays, Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds. I know a lot of people may not like that, but Barry Bonds, I think, of course, Mickey Mantle. I think you can make a case for Ken Griffey Jr. in his prime when he was healthy. So many guys, but Willie Mays is probably the standout of them all because even his contemporary. Oh, let me not forget to mention the late great Mr. Henry Aaron, the Hank Aaron. All Willie's contemporaries, guys who played with him and the guys who played against him, all defer to him and speak in reverent tones about him, Willie Mays. So he's probably number one. Willie Mays was the definition of a five-tool player. For all you aren't baseball fans, a five-tool player is somebody who's exceptional at all five things: hitting for power, hitting for average, throwing, fielding, and base running. Okay, Willie Mays set the standard. Him, Mickey Mantle, Ken Griffey Jr., and Mike Trout. All the definition are all great examples of five-tool players, but Willie was perhaps the greatest of them all. See right here, Hall of Famer Willie Mays, one of the greatest players to ever live, passed away peacefully Tuesday afternoon. The San Francisco Giants announced he was 93. Commissioner Rob Manfred released the following statement regarding Mays. All of Major League Baseball is in mourning today as we are gathered at the very ballpark where a career and a legacy like no other began. Willie Mays took his all-around brilliance from the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro American League to the historic Giants franchise from coast to coast in New York and San Francisco. Willie inspired generations of players and fans as the game grew and truly earned its place as our national pastime. Just as his career was ascending, Willie served his country, the U.S. Army, in 1952 and 1953. As the 1954 National League MVP, he led the Giants to victory in the World Series over the Cleveland Indians, for all you don't know, in which he made one of the most memorable plays ever with the catch in the deep center field of the Polo Grounds. All told, Willie was a two-time MVP, a 24-time All-Star, a 12-time Gold Glover, and selection as one of the game's greatest living players in 2015 and recipient of the Presidential Freedom later that year. And yet his incredible achievements and statistics do not begin to describe the awe that came with watching Willie Mays dominate the game in every way imaginable. We will never forget this true giant on and off the field. On behalf of Major League Baseball, I extend my deepest condolences to Willie's family and his friends across our game, the Giants fans everywhere, and his countless admirers across the world. Thursday's game at historic Rickwood Field was designed to be a celebration of Willie Mays and his peers. With sadness in our hearts, it will now serve as a national remembrance of an American who will forever remain on the short list of the most impactful individuals our great game has ever known. And like he mentioned, the Giants played in New York and San Francisco. They were originally the New York Giants, and then the football team came around. For all you who are Giants fans, you know this. For all you who don't know this, sometimes the Giants fans refer to the New York Giants, the football team, as the football Giants. That's because the San Francisco Giants came first, and they originated in New York, and more specifically in Manhattan. So they're the original New York Giants, and then the football team came, and that team was originally known as the New York Football Giants. Born and raised in Westfield, Alabama, Mays began his basketball career with the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro League while still in high school in 1948. He signed with the New York Giants in 1950 and began his decorated big league career in 1951. That season, he was named the National League Rookie of the Year after hitting .274 with 20 home runs in 121 games as a 20-year-old. Mays was drafted by the Army to serve in the Korean War following the 51 season, and he played only 34 games in 52 before reporting. He missed the rest of the 52 and all the 53 while serving. He returned in 1954, Mays the first two NL MVP awards and the first of 24 All-Star Game selections. He led the league with a 345 average that season. That's right. Had Willie Mays not missed those two seasons, he'd probably be baseball's home run king. Well, he probably would surpass Babe Ruth before Hank Aaron did. Willie Mays finished his career with 660 home runs. Had he not missed those two seasons, he probably hit seven. He probably finished his career probably about 750. Probably about 750, 760, maybe. You'll never know. If he had 760, that'd make him over 760. Who knows? Because Barry Bonds finished his career 762. So those two probably 1 and 2 on the all-time home run list. But for now, but Willie finished career with 660. From 1954 to 71, Mays put together one of the greatest careers in baseball history. He hit 307, 387, 572, and averaged 35 home runs and 18 stolen bases per season those years. Mays was named NL MVP in 54 and 65 and won 12 Gold Gloves. Then record for an outfielder. He was the All-Star Game MVP in 63 and 68. Yeah, Willie Mays is to me the greatest defensive center fielder of all time, and that's saying a lot. With all due respect to Ken Griffey Jr. and guys like that, Mike Trout. Good, great players. Don't get me wrong, great players, all-time great players. But Willie Mays, he's the legend amongst legends. He's the standard of a five-tool player in baseball. Mays helped the Giants, who moved from New York to San Francisco in '58, defeat the Cleveland Indians in the 1954 World Series. In the eighth inning of Game One, Mays made one of the most iconic catches in baseball history, an over-the-shoulder snag to the extra bases away from Vic Wertz. Here's the play. I'm not gonna show the play up right now, but you can look it up. For you who are baseball fans or baseball historians, you know the play. And before I continue, I was watching the Dodgers Yankees game the other day, and Spike Lee was in attendance. And one of the commentators brought up that Spike Lee approached him and said, "Should Willie Mays number 24 be retired all throughout baseball?" Listen, with all due respect to Willie Mays, I don't know if that will happen. Would I have a problem if it happened? Absolutely not. But I don't think it's going to happen. Because if you do it for Willie Mays, you might have to do it for Hank Aaron or Roberto Clemente. You might have to do it for John. It'll set a precedent. But again, I get it. You make exceptions for exceptional people, but I don't think it's going to happen. But Jackie Robinson has his number retired out of baseball. I think that's fair. Roberto Clemente did for the Hispanics what Jackie did for the American blacks. So they retired 21 throughout baseball. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. But moving along, it was 483 feet to dead center field at the Polo Grounds, and Mays made the catch only a few steps shy of the wall. The score was tied 2-2 at the time, and Cleveland had runners on first and second with no outs. If Mays doesn't make the catch, at least one run scores and likely two. It was a game saver. The Giants eventually won the game 5-2 in 10 innings, and the Giants ended up sweeping the Indians in the World Series that year, while you don't know. At age 41, Mays was traded to the New York Mets for righty Charlie Williams and $50,000 on May 11, 1972. Mays spent the rest of the 72 as well as the 73 season with the Mets to wrap up his career. Yeah, the Mets actually made the World Series in '73. Their slogan that year was "You just gotta believe." Willie Mays was on that team, Tom Seaver was on that team, and their skipper was Yankees legend Yogi Berra. They unfortunately lost the World Series that year in 7 games to the Oakland A's. Reggie Jackson and Raleigh Fingers and Catfish Hunter, and their skipper was Dick Williams. Willie Mays was one of the greatest to ever play the game. That's owner Steve Cohen said in a joint statement with his wife Alex. Willie ended his Hall of Fame career in Queens and was a key piece to the 1973 NL Championship team. That's right, just brought that up. Mays played with a style and grace like no one else. Alex and I were thrilled to honor a previous promise from Joan Payson to retire as iconic number 24 as a member of the Mets in 2022. On behalf of our entire organization, we send our thoughts and prayers to Willie's family and friends. Mays retired as a career 301, 385, 557 hitter, and is near the top of so many all-time leaderboards. Here's some of the most notable. 3,292 hits, 13th all-time. 660, no home runs, not 600, but 660, 6th all-time. 6,080 total bases, 156.2 WAR, 5th all-time. Mays was voted to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1979, his first year eligibility. He received 94.7% of the vote, the most ever for a player who was on the ballot for the first time. Then, of course, I think Tom Seaver passed him, and then Ken Griffey Jr. passed him, and then Mariano Rivera became the first unanimous player, and then Jeter should have been the second unanimous. Well, the first unanimous should have been Babe Ruth. I don't know why these Baseball Hall of Fame voters are so petty, as we know. But I'll probably do a greatest of all time video on Willie Mays, even though I kind of covered it, most of his accolades here. But I'll probably go deeper in his career. If you want me to do that, tell me in the comment section down below. Do a greatest of all time on Willie Mays. But I want to take my condolences to Willie Mays' family and his true friends. Barry Bonds made a post because, for all you don't know, Willie Mays was a teammate of Bobby Bonds, who was the father of Barry Bonds, and Willie was Barry's godfather. When Barry went to the Giants, Willie wanted Barry to wear number 24. They wanted him to retire the number 24, but Barry said no way. He ended up wearing Barry's iconic number 25, which of course ended up getting retired by the San Francisco Giants. But rest in peace to Mr. Willie Mays. Thank you for everything you did for the game of baseball. You are a legend that will never be forgotten. I'm going to see you guys.